Hi, my name is Jane Widdop, and I play Laura Lee on Showtime, which you can catch the new episodes every Sunday. And this has been the Man Cave Chronicles podcast.
Jane, welcome to the cave.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I mean, I've been looking forward to this for over a week now. After we booked the interview, the listeners and viewers, new show, they're going to see you on Yellowjackets on Showtime.
Yes, it's amazing. Episode 2 just got released last night, which was very exciting.
Yeah. Before we dive more into the show, I wanted to know, like, what made you get into acting? What pushed you to this?
So I started acting pretty young. I started when I was 6 years old. But I wasn't really doing much. It was really my brother, and my mom couldn't get a babysitter the day that he went to go meet his first agent. And the guy looks at me and he's like, I want them. They're good. And so that's really how I got into it. I just kind of fell into it and I started booking more stuff. And then my brother wanted to move out to LA. At the time we were in Tennessee. And we did. And then my brother stopped doing it. And
wow,
here I am still doing it.
What made him stop?
He just wasn't really interested in it. Now he's in the Marines. So it's a very, very different world from acting.
So what pushed you even more? You said you were, what did you start doing at first at a young age?
So my first thing is a music video. And then I did a couple commercials, kept on doing a bunch of like Super Bowl commercials when I moved to LA. And then I booked my first movie, which was Jessica Darling's It List. And that was really fun. And then I started booking some guest starring roles. And then I booked a movie, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. It's called Angie Lost Girls. And it's about a girl who is sex trafficked. And I play Angie and that entire, what she goes through and how she gets out. And that was the first lead role that I'd ever played. So that was kind of the jumping point. And then right after that, I booked Yellowjackets.
So you've done TV and film. What's next on the bucket list?
I don't know. I'm currently majoring in English, so maybe my own novel, which is
script writing, maybe a little directing.
Yeah. I don't know if I could direct. It seems like a very, very hard job, but I definitely would love to screenwrite at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about Yellowjackets. How did this fall in your lap? Tell us the story behind this.
So I actually auditioned for Shauna and Lottie, and then I auditioned for Laura Lee. So I kept on coming back. But when I first read the script, I was auditioning for Shauna, and the line that really, really drew me in was when she's having sex with Jeff, and she's like, "If you put a baby inside of me, I will raise it as a killing machine to come and hunt you down." And I was like, I love this. This is amazing. And after that, I was like, I'm sold. And then I was lucky enough to get the part for Laura Lee, which I actually really love. She's a very strong and independent character. And her faith is really, really inspiring to me. So I'm really lucky to play her character.
Like we mentioned, episode 2 aired last night. But before even the season started, the trailers were just it just drew you right in when you're watching the trailers, with the plane crash and everything.
Yeah.
It's go ahead.
They've added in a lot to the trailers that we were like, oh, I wouldn't expect them to add that in now. So there's a lot that if you dissect each part of the trailer, there's a lot that it'll tell you, but you kind of have to know the context, Yeah.
Now for the listeners and the viewers, can you tell us a little bit of what the show's about so they have an idea?
Yeah, so it's about a girls' soccer team that crashes in the Canadian wilderness in the early 90s. And it's all about how they survive through that. But we also have the older cast, which is in 2021, current day. And it's about how this has affected them and the trauma. But they're also trying to keep the secret of what happened out there. But somebody is trying to figure out what's happening. And it's all about how they're kind of trying to combat nobody figuring out what happened at the same time, but also working through their own trauma. And so it's a really cool storyline about how trauma can affect each human completely differently. And I really like that about this project.
Yeah. How did you prepare to play this role after you booked it?
Well, So actually I was raised Christian. I grew up Episcopalian. So I kind of had that in my back pocket that I leaned on. My mom actually works at a church, so she's very, very involved in that. And so that really helped me. But I think also I really had to do the character work as I was doing the show, because we didn't know where our characters were going to go. We didn't know, how the trauma would affect us until we got that script. So I was able to lay a foundation and a base and really just add on to the character work as I was doing it through the show. So I thought that was also very, very cool. It can be hard at times, but it can also help you make decisions that you wouldn't think to make before.
Did you film this during the pandemic also?
So we shot the pilot December 2019, right before the pandemic. And then the pandemic happened. We were like, we're not getting picked up. And then we did. And we shot 2 through 10 in Canada this year, April through October.
Oh, wow. Where was the first episode filmed?
It was filmed in LA. It was filmed here.
Oh, wow. So because of the pandemic, they pushed everything over there.
Yeah, I think we were also already planning on going to Canada to film the other stuff just because of the heaviness of the woods, because a lot of episode 1 is pre-crash, so it needed to be at a school or stuff like that. But a lot of the remainder of the episodes are at the woods, in the middle of the Canadian wilderness.
So the people that have seen the episode so far, how do you feel about the whole flashbacks going back and forth? What's your thoughts on all that?
I love them. I think it's really, really hard for shows to do flashbacks well. And I think this show has done it so perfectly that it just ties in amazingly to the storyline. And one example of this that I really, really like is when Shauna is on the plane and her face turns, it goes to Melanie Linsky as older Shauna. And you're just really brought right to 2021, but also their casting is amazing. I just love that whole scene and the transition.
What do you love most about your character? Is there anything you would change about her?
There's not much I would change about her, to be honest. She is very much herself, and I respect that. I think what I love the most about her is, you can't really see it now, but the strength that she has and she brings to the woods. You'll see that more in episode 3. We kind of get into it, but she really does become kind of a strength and a grounding force for everyone.
When you were preparing to play this character and you were getting the script, were you just getting one episode at a time, or did you kind of have an idea what was going to happen throughout the season?
One episode at a time. Yeah. So we never knew.
How did that make you feel every week, every time you were filming the new episode?
Oh, terrified. But it was really fun. And we all would, after an episode got dropped, we would all be in the group chat like, oh my God. And then some people would be like, no spoilers, I haven't read it yet, so it was really fun to be able to have that as a shared experience with the group.
Yeah. How do you describe the chemistry now with working with the cast? And how long were you on set for filming the rest of the episodes?
We were on set for 6 months, every day, we really, really bonded, and I love each and every one of them. They are so unique and talented and very much their own humans. And I don't think I would have been able to do this. I don't think anybody would have been able to do this if we didn't have each other. We really realized after filming episode 2 and 3 that these were our people, and that we're stuck in the woods together. We're gonna have to learn to love each other, but it could have gone really, really bad. And we were really, really thankful that all of our personalities just meshed so well together. Yeah.
What part of the season did you film episodes 2 through 10 in Canada? How cold was it with the weather and everything?
Well, it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
There were some moments because there's some water scenes that we do. So those were pretty cold. Not gonna lie. But we really didn't get into winter too much. And they kept us so warm. So there was really no problems, but it was definitely getting colder the entire time we were there.
Yeah. So now this is like right now it's trending on Amazon Prime. Let me on Showtime, excuse me. What was the reaction of your family of friends when they watched this show? Like, what did you get for a feedback after the first few episodes?
So I watched, I have Sunday night dinner with my family every Sunday. And so I was like, wow, this is perfect. Each episode comes out on Sunday. We can watch it as a family together. And the first time that they watched it, they could not stop laughing at me being a religious freak, because that is just so completely opposite of what I am, even though I had a moment for like 6 months where I told everybody I was going to be a priest when I was younger. But my brother-in-law just could not stop laughing at me being a religious freak, because like I'm the one that my mom had to pull teeth to get to go to church when I was little, you know?
Yeah.
So it was definitely very funny.
That's awesome. Now, like, what about your friends? What'd your friends say when they saw this?
I mean, they love it. There are some friends that I have that are, yeah, I can't watch it because it's so gory and violent. I'm like, suck it up. You're gonna watch it. It's good. Watch it. But I do think that, I mean, everybody loves it, and everybody has been texting me all their theories of what they think is going to happen, which is just incredible. So yeah, it's been really well received in my circle.
Yeah. So what's next for you now? Like, any other projects that you have coming up, or?
I'm currently auditioning, working on school, just, yeah, kind of regrouping post working for so long. It really does drain you. But yeah, I'm auditioning, trying to scout my next project.
That's awesome. Lastly, how can the viewers and listeners find you on social media?
So on Instagram, I'm official Jane Widdop. On Twitter, I'm Jane_Widdop. And on TikTok, I'm Jane Widdop.
Jane, this was great. Thanks for coming on the show. This was great to
Thanks
talk
for
to you
having me.
about Yellowjackets.